fleet management update. It is live. And I'm also sick. Well, anyways, welcome back, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for downloading, upvoting, and commenting positive things on my videos, on my Steam Workshop pages. I cannot describe how good it feels to finally have achieved the front page of the Steam Workshop. And I think the current count is above 4,000 downloads. So words cannot describe how thankful I am for you all to try this script, and seeing the positive response only pushed me to make the second update even better. Speaking about the update, the full release notes can be found in the description of this video and also on the Steam Workshop pages. The focus of the fleet management update was, of course, to allow you to manage your agents from your destination script. To get started, first you need to tag whichever screen block you want to use to see this overview. In this update, I have allowed both the agent and the destination script to handle multiple screens. So in this case, I will tag this cockpit block. And then I will look for the programmable block and I will recompile it. So once the setup is completed, we get a status overview where we can scroll through the list of agents. Per agents, we have things like state of charge, the speed it's driving, and then also on the right side, some more information on where it is it idle, is it parked. Let's say, for example, that I want to give Klang's car a route. To do that, you can select a vehicle, you can select multiple if you want, and then you go to the action menu. And here you have a list of commands that you can give to that vehicle. The most important one, I would think, is the navigate command. This allows you to plan a route from this destination script and give it to the vehicle. You can do that to multiple agents at the same time. You can also summon them to your current location. You can also let them resume their current route if they are paused. And you can also stop and cancel if you want. So I wanted to go to the trade town and then come back to the refinery. So let's select those two destinations. Another thing I added in this update is 3 new wait types. So as you could remember, timer block was already there, but now you can also have recharge, cargo, and external, but we'll get into those later. And then finally, you have an interrupt type. This is specifically for your destination script, and this means that if you want to give a new route to your agent, you can decide if it replaces its current route or if it is inserted after its last destination or inserted as its first upcoming destination and then let it proceed with its old destinations, or insert it after the next destination. So the choice is yours. In this case, by default, since it does not have a current route, it doesn't matter what I choose, but I'm just gonna pick replace all. Alright, so we can press send. We get a little overview and we see that the car did confirm our request, and now it starts to do its route. The most important changes to the RoadPilot agent script are the addition of 3 new wait types and also the ability to create advanced navigation commands. Wait types recharge and cargo kind of follow the same logic. So when a vehicle is reaching its destination and it's parked, if the wait type is recharge, it will wait until the batteries have a state of charge of more than 95%. If you chose cargo, the agent script will look at the changes in cargo volume of your agent. If it sees that the volume decreases or it increases, it keeps waiting. But if there's no change anymore, it waits an additional 5 seconds and then proceeds to its next destination. To explain wait type external, I have set Clank's car to a route with wait type external, and as you can see, it has arrived at its first destination. But the text says it's awaiting a trigger. The RoadPilot agent remains on standby until a programmable block receives a resume argument. And that can be done via, let's say, event controllers, other block actions, or you can do it via the destination script. So let's select this vehicle. Let's click on resume. The car has confirmed it, and you'll see now driving to the refinery. So the wait type external is a powerful one if you want to automate your agents, but you want to do it in your own way with your own logic. I suggest you then use the wait type external. With the addition of advanced navigation commands, it's now possible to store multiple routes inside of one RoadPilot agent. This allows for complex use cases where, for example, you have a cargo route but also a recharge route. And when the state of charge of the vehicle drops below a certain percentage, it then follows the recharge route, and once it's recharged, it follows the cargo route again. So to get started with creating your first route, go inside of the programmable block of your agent and go to the custom data. Here you'll see some more information on how to format your routes, which drive settings you can use, and also some information about the default route. Now for us, we would like to have a cargo route, which is our default route, and a recharge route. Keep in mind that you can create as many routes as you want. You're not limited to 2, and also you're not obliged to use this default route. You can also name it whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to rename the default route to cargo. And then you have to always write the navigate command. Then double points, followed by the destinations you want to put in. So in our case, we want trade town, semicolon, and then we want refinery. Then double points, signifying the end of the destinations. And now we can put in our drive settings. So navigation equals circle, semicolon, collision equals sensor driven, another semicolon, our wait type equals cargo, because we're making a cargo route, and then finally our parking equals connector. Okay, so that's our first route done. Now for our recharge route, let's call it recharge. Again, navigate command. And now it's simply just a route that needs to bring us to the refinery. That's the only destination we need. So then double points, navigation equals one way. Our collision equals sensor driven. And our parking equals connector. We do not require a wait time because we only have one destination. So now that we have created our routes, we can call them by running the route double point route name argument inside of the programmable block. Now I want to do this automatically, so I'm going to link this to event controllers. So let's first link up the charge one. So here I've put that if the power is less than 10%, go and run the recharge route. So to do that, we go to setup actions, run, we type route double point, and it was called recharge. The case, it's not case sensitive. All right. And then for our default route, our cargo route, here I put, let's say it's 95% stored power, and then we can proceed with our cargo route. So let's set up the actions here, run the programmable block, again route double points, and this time we take cargo. So let's confirm that, and okay. Now I think we need to kickstart it somehow. I don't understand why it doesn't start directly, because the statement is true. But anyways, let's go back to the programmable block, and now I can show you how to run this. So here I've written route double point cargo. So now if I run it, you can see that the cargo route was loaded. Now that you know some of the most important changes within the fleet management update, I'm curious to know what you will build with it. So let me know in the comments what your first thoughts are on that. And take care.